The world just collapsed around me. One moment, the familiar hum of the portal, the next, a violent wrench, and I was tumbling, hitting something soft but yielding. My vision swam, struggling to focus through the dust motes dancing in shafts of impossibly dim light. Above me, the portal shimmered, a swirling eye that slowly began to shrink. A profound silence enveloped the space, broken only by the faint, rhythmic thrumming deep beneath my feet. It was a vibration more felt than heard, a low guttural growl from the earth itself. The air, surprisingly cold, carried no scent at all, only a curious dryness. I pushed myself up, my hands brushing against coarse, fungal growths. My eyes adjusted to the perpetual twilight. This was no ordinary cave. Patches of flora pulsed with an impossible, vibrant violet, their slender stems reaching for the unseen ceiling. Delicate fern-like structures, thin as silk, shivered in an imperceptible breeze that carried no sound. They seemed impossibly fragile, yet so alive. The ground shuddered again, a more pronounced tremor this time, and a fine powder drifted down from above. This place felt unstable. My gut tightened. Every journey reveals something truly singular, and I have a feeling we'll unearth something truly unique here, something worth holding on to, a real treasure, before our journey ends. But first, I need to understand this unsettling tremor. It feels like the world around me is holding its breath, or preparing to exhale. The mountain groans, a deep, grinding breath that promises disaster. I press forward, my boots finding precarious purchase on loose shale, each step a calculated risk. The wind here is a language I've learned to read, carrying not just scents, but vibrations, microcurrents that betray the land's hidden anxieties. I watch the shale runners, small skittering rock creatures indigenous to these slopes. They usually flow like water, finding every crack and crevice, but now a distinct pattern emerges in their frenetic chaos. They divert sharply, inexplicably, around certain invisible lines, leaving behind pockets of untouched, vibrant flora. My breath hitches. This isn't random. The air within these untouched zones feels unnaturally still, a silent anomaly amidst the growing roar of the impending rock slide. I press against the rough rock, the wind whipping past my ears. Below, the mountain shale runners, creatures of pure territorial aggression, patrol the edge of the fragile flora. They're a living barrier, their clicking mandibles warning off any lesser beasts. My initial intel suggested the high-speed fruit itself possesses sentient defenses, not just passive toxins or thorns. I need confirmation. I need to see it in action. A tremor, not from the avalanche yet, vibrates through the ground. The shale runners, usually fearless, suddenly recoil. Their armored bodies flinch, not from something visible, but from an unseen impact. A low, keening sound escapes them, a mix of pain and alarm I've never heard from these aggressive creatures. One runner is violently shoved backward, its claws scraping deep gouges into the rock. It shakes its head, bewildered, before retreating into the deeper shadows of the canyon wall. This isn't just territory. This is something else entirely. The flora's boundary, an invisible line, pulsates with lethal intent. My initial curiosity hardens into a focused obsession. The ingredient isn't just fast, it fights back with an invisible, active, and deeply aggressive force. My gaze locks onto the shimmering fruit, its leaves a blur of impossible motion. The air around it seems to shimmer, not from heat, but from something far more fundamental. A leaf unfurls, then withers, all in the span of a single breath. Time here, it feels wrong. I reach out, slow and deliberate, but the fruit retracts, its entire branch whipping back with a speed no organic matter should possess. My fingers graze empty air. It's not just fast, it's living on a different clock. I crouch low, observing. The distant rumble of the approaching shale avalanche, a cold drumbeat in my ears. The fragile flora vibrates, a low hum I can almost feel. Every tiny movement, every microscopic cellular shift is playing out at hyperspeed. It's defending itself not just with agility, but by altering its own perception of existence. This isn't just rapid growth or quick reflexes. It's actively pulling the future into its present moment, making itself untouchable. A sudden, chilling insight hits me like a physical shockwave. This is important. This localized temporal distortion, this manipulation of the natural flow, it's accelerated. The plant isn't just fast, it's warping time within its immediate vicinity. It's not moving through time faster, it's making time move faster around itself. Its entire life cycle, from bloom to decay, is compressed into moments. Its defense mechanism isn't merely speed, but a living, breathing temporal shield. The implications ripple through my mind. This fruit, it doesn't just grant speed, it harvests time itself. I lean in, a chill wind whipping past my ears. The distant rumble of the approaching shale avalanche grows louder, a constant, low growl that vibrates through the rock beneath my boots. Time is running out. Before me, nestled in a deep crevice of vibrant, pulsating purple moss, is the shimmering cluster. It's barely visible, a haze of hyperfast droplets, like microscopic liquid diamonds dancing on a heat wave. This has to be the high-speed fruit oil. My mind races, connecting the dots of ancient texts, describing it as an elixir of accelerated motion. My hand, gloved in heat-resistant synth mesh, reaches out, my chef's knife ready to scrape. I can feel the strange energy radiating from the droplets, a silent hum that prickles my skin. Just as my fingertips brush the air above them, a blinding flash erupts. It's not light, but pure, raw speed. An invisible force, like a miniature sonic boom, slams into my hand. My grip on the knife loosens, the familiar weight suddenly gone. The gleaming blade spins end over end, a silver blur, before it clatters against the rock far below, lost in the echoing chasm. My breath catches in my throat. My hand throbs, a dull ache spreading up my arm. No physical wound, but the message is clear. This isn't just an inert substance. It's alive, aware, and violently protective. The droplets shimmer with renewed intensity, almost daring me. The previous curiosity gives way to a profound sense of dread, mixing with a focused, almost obsessive determination. The avalanche roars again, much closer now. I can't afford to lose this ingredient, but I clearly can't just grab it either. This is a far more complex challenge than I anticipated. The hunt just got much, much harder. I press the sturdy metal spoon forward, its polished surface glinting in the faint, diffused light of the nebula herbs. My objective is simple: secure a single, shimmering droplet of the high-speed fruit oil. It hangs there, suspended in its ethereal pool, a beacon of improbable energy. I chose this spoon for its supposed resilience, a heavy alloy designed for the most volatile of extractions. As the tip approaches the droplet, something shifts, not in the air, not in my grip, but within the ingredient itself. A ripple, then an impossible blur. The droplet doesn't move, it vibrates, not just trembles, but oscillates with a frequency that feels alien, impossible. A high-pitched whine erupts, piercing my ears. The spoon, my sturdy spoon, buckles. It doesn't bend, it shatters. Tiny fragments explode outward, metallic shrapnel screaming past my face. Miniature sonic blasts erupt from the point of contact, scouring the ground near my feet, leaving scorched, swirling patterns in the fine dust. I recoil, a sharp sting on my cheek from a stray shard, my heart hammering against my ribs. Frustration burns, sharp and immediate. The ingredient pulses, a defiant, silent hum now, as if mocking my clumsy attempt. Its reaction, its defense mechanism, is entirely based on this incredible rate of movement. It's so utterly accelerated. This is important. I need to remember this word for what it truly is. My initial assessment was incomplete. Scooping won't work. Any direct, physical contact with a solid object is met with this destructive vibrational rejection. The ground around the pool shows similar patterns, evidence of past failed attempts, perhaps from other, less fortunate creatures. The stakes just rose dramatically. The wind howls, a sharp, cold breath over the cliff face, carrying whispers of grinding rock. My previous lunges were useless, predictable. The fruit's vibrant glow pulsed, mocking my brute force. It wasn't just fast, it was reacting to my intent, to the disturbance I made in its sphere. I pressed my palms flat against the cold, damp stone, feeling the faint, rhythmic shuddering of the mountain itself. The avalanche, a silent threat until now, begins a low rumble, vibrating up my arms. I can't stop it, but I can use it. It's a massive, chaotic rhythm, drowning out my individual pulse. I close my eyes, listening past the immediate chaos. There's a deeper, subtler thrum. It's the high-speed fruit itself, not just its light, but its very presence, a tiny, hyper-aware node connected to everything. It perceives movement, yes, but also sound waves, pressure changes, thermal shifts. My earlier attempts were crude. I was trying to outrun something that doesn't just move fast, but thinks fast, perceives fast. Its entire existence is accelerated. This is important. Keep this word. I begin to match my breathing to the mountain's low hum, to the wind's current, finding the subtle lulls, the micro-pauses in the chaotic symphony. My body sways almost imperceptibly, becoming part of the environmental noise. I don't try to become invisible. I try to become indistinct, a part of the background flux. The tremors from the distant, accelerating rockfall become a natural amplifier for my stealth. I am no longer a predator approaching. I am just another vibration in the vast, unstable landscape. My fingers, light as falling dust, stretch towards the glowing fruit, not directly, but tracing the invisible currents of air around it. I let the wind guide my reach, letting my body follow the path of least resistance, blending with the natural patterns of disruption. I feel a strange calm wash over me, a calculated detachment. The world around me blurs into a symphony of unseen forces, and I am learning its language, its hidden rhythms. I am not fighting the speed. I am becoming an echo of its own environment, a silent chord within its song. The glowing pulse of the fruit, so frantic moments ago, seems to steady, perhaps even slow in my perception. A guttural groan rips through the mountain deep beneath the thundering shale. The ground beneath my boots shivers violently. The synchronized field around the high-speed flora shatters, its shimmering aura flickering like a dying candle. But its internal movements only grow more frantic. This is it. The avalanche is truly upon us. Dust plumes erupt, obscuring everything. Yet I see the faint, pulsing glow of the plants through the maelstrom. My mind locks onto the target. The ceramic funnel is cold and slick in my left hand. The heavy glass vial a weighty anchor in my right. No time for hesitation, only instinct. The plants whip and blur, their individual motions so fast they create a chaotic, vibrating haze. But then, a flicker, a minute, almost imperceptible lull in the synchronized chaos, a tiny pocket where the hyperspeed energy momentarily converges and then dissipates, leaving a nanosecond of relative stillness. I accelerate my own movements, a desperate surge of adrenaline. My body moves in a calculated blur, anticipating the ebb and flow of the energy ripples. A rock, the size of a carriage, crashes down beside me, sending a violent shockwave through the air, but I barely register it. My focus is absolute. I thrust the ceramic funnel, a narrow, unyielding cone, into that momentary void. It's like trying to catch mist with a sieve, but this mist is tangible, viscous. Then, the moment. The high-speed fruit oil, a shimmering incandescent liquid, pools within the funnel. It's impossibly thick, resisting gravity, yet flowing with an intrinsic momentum. With a swift, practiced tilt, I guide it into the waiting, heavy glass vial. The glass itself seems to hum under the oil's contained power. A single bead drips down the side, leaving a momentary streak of frozen air in its wake. Just as the last drop enters the vial, the mountain shale surges forward, a dark, roaring wave. The flora, my target, is swallowed whole, buried under tons of rock and dust, lost in an instant. I scramble back, clutching the vial, the raw power of the impact buffeting me. The air grows thick with pulverized rock, stinging my eyes, clogging my throat. But the vial is secure. Inside the heavy glass, the oil pulses, a soft internal light. It feels less like a liquid and more like contained potential energy. My hands, usually clumsy, felt like extensions of the fleeting moment. I had to be accelerated to meet this challenge. This is important. Keep this word. The speed of the oil. It wasn't just fast movement. It was a shift in how time itself behaved around it. I gaze at the vial, awe replacing the fear. The sheer, reality-bending power of this single ingredient. It hums against my calm, a new understanding dawning. The mountain groans above, a continuous rumble of dislodged shale. I huddle, tucked into a shallow overhang. The fragile plants from the previous avalanche now just an inch from crumbling. My hands, still trembling slightly from the sheer velocity of the harvest, work with practiced speed. The air here, though shielded, carries the fine dust of pulverized rock. My portable camp stove clicks, a familiar whisper of gas igniting, a tiny blue flame blossoming against the encroaching gray. The cold metal pan rests above it, and I drop in a cube of alien butter, watching it melt, a slow golden pool forming. This ingredient, it demands focus. I cannot waste a single drop. From my insulated vial, I carefully, almost reverently, add 2 drops of the luminous, high-speed fruit oil to the shimmering butter. A faint, almost imperceptible hum resonates through the pan, a vibration I feel more than hear. The liquid in the pan seems to stretch and contract, a miniature universe of kinetic energy. I quickly place a slice of my basic unleavened bread into the pan. Immediately, the butter-oil mixture doesn't just soak in, it pulses. Tiny, intricate patterns of light, like miniature, perfectly synchronized clockwork gears, begin to race across the bread's surface. They accelerate, spreading from the point of contact, transforming the plain white surface into a canvas of shifting, glowing geometry. It's not just absorbing heat, it's as if the bread itself is accelerating its very being. I flip it just as the patterns reach the crust. The other side ignites with the same mesmerizing, impossible glow. My heart pounds with a new kind of anticipation, a blend of wonder and dread. This isn't just cooking. This is alchemy, real and potent, unfolding in my pan while the world outside attempts to collapse. I pull the first slice, now radiating a faint, warm light from the pan. The air around it seems to shimmer too, a distortion I almost missed. I stare, captivated, at the golden brown crust now overlaid with a faint ephemeral energy. The danger outside recedes, replaced by the profound, almost terrifying reality of what I hold. I lifted the turbo toast, its golden crust humming faintly. This was it. The culmination of a relentless sprint, of outsmarting danger, of finding triumph where others would find only despair. My teeth sank in. The flavor, though lost to me, still triggered an intense electric jolt racing through every nerve, a vibrant signal echoing deep within. Then the world warped. It wasn't just slowing down, it was stopping. Dust motes, kicked up by the distant avalanche, froze in midair, each particle a perfect, tiny sphere suspended in light. The mountain's roar, once a cataclysmic thunder, stretched into an impossibly deep, infinite hum, every vibration an eternity unfolding. Reality itself began to ripple, like a vast, unseen current pulling at the fabric of existence. My own heart, usually a rapid drum, now beat with an agonizing slowness, each expansion and contraction taking an age. This was more than just gaining speed. This was a complete retuning of my perception, a profound, almost terrifying stillness. I could feel the microscopic shifts, the latent energy in every molecule, the rush of the hunt, the dread of impending doom, the thrill of the chase. It all dissolved into this single, breathtaking moment of clarity. The curse on my palate might deny me taste, but this sensation was a cosmic symphony. I gazed at the suspended world, a canvas of frozen motion. My fight against the relentless environment, my struggle to tame the hyper-fast, was for this. A new understanding bloomed within me, a quiet, staggering power. The turbo toast. It didn't just give me speed, it gave me time. That's a wrap for this world. If you want to keep exploring the multiverse with me and see what ingredients we hunt next, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. The next portal opens soon. Don't get left behind. See ya!